evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's special episode of Hey Sister. I don't know if anybody watching us live, sister, but it really don't matter.
Hey, sister, how you doing?
Well, I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan, so
Yes.
I'm kind of feeling good about the halftime show. I
Okay.
know how you feeling.
I mean, you know what? It was a good show. I mean, it's not the best that I've ever seen, obviously. I was concerned at first, like, wait, I know he not trying to. I mean, it was a little throw diss to Drake, further diss to Drake about not getting sued, uh, but I was like, you got to perform that song.
But here's the thing. Okay, we're gonna recap it. I don't know anybody who's watching live. Let us know you tuned in and watching with us right now. I'm gonna say this about the show.
Why don't we start with the other topics and then we can get back to it?
Okay, well, I'm gonna give a shout out to you. Why don't you go talk about Southern University?
Hey, the university's marching band was in the pre-game show. Now I knew they were going to be a part of the pre-game show. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see it live because had just came from the gym, was trying to get ready, to watch as much as I could. But you know what? I think they did what the Human Jukebox always does, and they showed up and they showed out, and I think they did a great job. I was, impressed with where they had Terrence Blanchard, they had Trombone Shorty, they had Harry Connick Jr., they had the original Pinettes, which, I don't know. For those who may have watched Treme back in the day, the young lady who was in the band on Treme was one of the founding members of the original Pinettes. And so it ended up being a glorious show. And the Southern University Human Jukebox they are winning. They've had a great week. Again, they were on Jennifer Hudson's show. They were at the Honda Battle of the Bands and really, really put it down there. And then they did it again here. So what I have seen was amazing. Shout out to Wild Wayne, the only Wayne that I felt like needed to be there. For he's been holding it down for years. In Crescent City as DJ on Q93, and of course now that it's iHeart, it's a little bit different, but shout out to him, shout out to Master P, everyone. But Human Jukebox did what they did, and I know they were shouting out 504, but you got to shout out the 225 as well, because that's where the Southern University is located, in the Scotlandville area.
Well, there was a time when it was all the 504. If we're going to tell the truth, shame the devil. But you got to know a little bit about history. And see, that's the beautiful thing about history, knowing about history. But shout out to Let It See with the high school bands performing the Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is the Black National Anthem at the beginning.
And everybody who's still talking about, like, because I saw her post, the pro people, like, yeah,
we ain't giving them no energy. Ain't giving them no energy.
They've been doing this for the last few years. Maybe they missed when Mary did it.
No energy. They ain't getting no energy because, again, you got to know history, and actually you got to watch these things. Shout out to Trombone Shorty. I know Lauren Daigle did America the Beautiful. But I just want to get into this Kendrick Lamar thing right here. Let's just talk about K-Dot, and as my girl said, mustard.
I was like, okay, my sister's doing it. Listen, Mustard on the Beat is having the best.
Mustard is having the year of the years. Okay, Mustard. Okay, so first of all, when I saw they put the car out, and then I saw him get on top of the car when Howie and Michael Strahan and all them were doing their thing, I was like, okay, let me see where he goes. I saw the street lamps. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be street lights a little bit. What's that's gonna be a reference to? And then I said, oh, this is the Squid Games. And when he said it was the American Games, and you got to play the game, and having Samuel L. Jackson out there, mwah, chef's kiss, beautiful. And then when he said the revolution is about to be televised, it's the right time, but you picked the wrong guy. I said, yes. That is the message of the night for me. I don't know about you, but to me, that's at the tone. And if you're not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, you probably missed some of the lyrics and the references in some of those songs. But if you are not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, go get the playlist, read the lyrics, pick up on those pieces and parts. Because I'm gonna tell you, before the night's over, somebody will have dissected the whole thing. Okay, so
Well, yes,
yeah.
before the night's over, someone, and that someone may be you because you've already begun. If anybody who's watching us knows, I like Kendrick Lamar. My sister loves Kendrick Lamar. It's a difference. And, you know, our level of fandom is different because for me, honestly, I know because you've made me sit and read the lyrics. I know a lot of the lyrics from that, but I really couldn't hear it very well. And maybe it was just my TV in my house, but I felt like the music was very loud and the lyrics or the mics for that he was performing on wasn't quite as loud. Now that might have been done on purpose, you know, so because people we always catching the beat, right? We always listening to the beats. But I really so yes, I heard that. I did not get the Squid Game reference.
You didn't catch the board and the whole thing and to play the game.
No, because I didn't watch Squid Game. So so yes, when you say it, and now and I'm thinking about the outfits and how they looked. So yes. But I still thought that the street lights and the vehicle were still references to Compton and Southern California and you know, lowrider culture and things like that.
But did you see when he was there and all of the friends had the grills in their mouth, and then the moderator who was Samuel L. Jackson made a reference like, "Oh, I see you got your friends with you."
Yeah.
Right. And then when they switched over to him and Kim and the songs that he performed with SZA, and they were like, "Oh, that's more like it. How you have to keep everything calm." But let's talk about Serena crip walking. Because remember when she won at Wimbledon and was crip walking, they wanted to talk about my girl. I said, "Come on with the crip walk, crip walk."
I did see Serena crip walking, and I was like, "Look at Serena, she gets the crip walk again."
Yes. Hello, how y'all doing?
Hi.
Yes. Okay. So I absolutely love that moment. I also obviously squabble up because you know what that's about. Like we got.
Well, hold on one second. I got a question for you. There was a warning sign, and I couldn't read it all. That was another thing. I feel like everybody didn't remember to put on their lights in the audience because you know at the end it said game over. So obviously now that makes sense, the Squid Game reference. But it said warning something, and I couldn't see what it said. Does anybody know what it said?
If anybody caught that moment, drop it in the comments. I'll go back and look for it. I of course, you know, when he did humble, and because you know how people need to be humble, and that the specific lyrics he was talking about being humble, and then he did DNA, and as the song, the lyrics go, "I got royalty inside my DNA." It was a message.
Yes, but the problem when you have a message, if no one can hear the message, that's the problem. Like that's if you don't, because what I wanted to happen is okay. So remember, I sent you. We'll have to drop it in here somewhere. I sent there was this whole thing about lewd acts and behavior and all of this stuff that these Republicans in Louisiana thought was wise to write up and push out prior to the Super Bowl, I guess as a precursor to warn Kendrick Lamar, like as if New Orleans, love New Orleans, favorite American city, but as if to suggest that somehow the Super Bowl is all family friendly. It's like it's in New Orleans. What are y'all talking about? New Orleans is known for debauchery.
Nothing about a violent game is family friendly.
That's true. So I wanted when we're making impact, I want the impact to be heard and understood. I wanted to hit the people that it's supposed to hit exactly where it's supposed to hit them. Because if they didn't hear it, now of course everybody knew when to say A minor, of course, but
Yes, everybody always know when to say A minor, but he also saying man at the garden and the line about I deserve it all.
Yes.
Okay, we deserve it all. There's another message there. So if you haven't listened to man at the garden, because he references the Super Bowl and like, yes, I deserve all of this. I deserve this Super Bowl. I deserve what I just received. These accolades. If you the accolades, the lamping on the island, watching Castaway, I deserve it all. And there was a message there as well. So, and I think a lot of the messages, so many people are going to go back and they're going to rewatch it. They'll rewatch it on YouTube. They'll get it. Somebody's going to dissect it and break everything down. And so you will see the poignant moments that the lyrics match the moment and what was said and what was being said by Samuel L. Jackson about playing the game. Because here's the thing, we've been told we have to play the game. And that's what he was saying. I'm not playing this game.
Oh,
and
for sure.
you say you gonna sue me? I'm not gonna do it, but I'm going to do it.
Right.
So, and he also in that song referenced 40 acres and a mule.
Okay. Yes, I did hear that.
Now, sister, I don't know. You got that camera on again where you slow your time delay on your.
No, I actually don't. I think it's just a internet thing. So no, I don't.
Okay. So let's talk about what was the best commercial. Now, I will say this. I think one of the most brilliant
I just dropped in before we go there. I just dropped in that whole, Louisiana lawmakers blast. Child, I would just wanted to read this. Anyway, Louisiana lawmakers blast lewd Super Bowl halftime show. So again, they tried that was back in January, I believe, and they tried to get ahead of it to try to, I'm sure, to try to silence him or at least temper what they thought he was going to do. And, shout out to the Samuel L. Jackson references because Uncle Sam, but also we know his character from Django, which parts of it were filmed in New Orleans. So there's a lot of that there. Listen, this is what I will say. I still stand by the fact that it's, like I said, the only Wayne that needed to be there was Huawei. I still stand by that. Now, I really did want Beyonce to jump out and us do Freedom because I really needed us to shout out Sister Kamala, but that's a whole nother thing. But overall, I thought it was a good show. And like I said, and I think that people are going to do exactly like you said, go back, dissect it, and have a different perspective of it now that they know all these nuances. But unfortunately, if you're not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan and you don't dissect the lyrics in the same way you do, a lot of it was going to be lost on people. I already saw one post, worst halftime show ever. And I think it was maybe quickly taken down, but it was by, a representative. The sister Erica, what's her name? Hold on. So I don't lie on nobody. Well, I'll find it in a second. Okay, you wanted to ask about the things.
Yeah. So okay, so I wanted to ask about the best commercial, but I am going to shout out John Baptiste, who did the national anthem. And for those of you who know, you recognize he at the beginning, you're gonna have to go back and listen to it, and you're gonna slow it down and play it. But he does play that Trigger Man beat. And if y'all don't know what Trigger Man is what's the name of that song? Drag Rap.
Right.
You have your
I have my fur. Yeah, I thought it would just do it.
Drag Rap by the show
Boys.
Show Boys. Yes. Okay.
Well, this is why I was saying, and that's the sister who's the representative. Like, again, it's Erica Thomas. So that's because I don't think they know, unless she's gonna say she was hacked. But I just don't think people know. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. They don't have to know. I'm okay with it. Let's see. This is from the
Grab by the show boys, yes.
this is the playlist that is yeah, so you need to go Showboys drag rap uh and you need to go and check that out. But yeah, it's best commercial. So for me, Angel Soft, give telling you to go take a potty break. I thought that was brilliant. Thought that was a brilliant commercial. It was 30 seconds, and it was like, here's your time. Go take a potty break. That was brilliant. The breast cancer commercial from Novartis, phenomenal. Because I was like, okay, I don't know where we're going. I knew it was going to be something, but I love that commercial because, again, breast cancer awareness, it is still, we have friends who have survived. We have friends who are still fighting that battle. And we have people we know who have lost that battle. And so I thought the breast cancer awareness, your attention please by Novartis was phenomenal. You can't win, so win by Nike with the women. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. So do it, baby. I enjoyed that commercial as well.
So far, my favorite, and I was hoping, I thought it was going to be St. Jude, but it ended up being Pfizer, I believe it was. The Mama Said Knock You Out.
Yes.
That was super good.
Love Mama Say Knock You Out. The Coca-Cola commercial by Kenya Barris. I saw that earlier and watched the full commercial with Amari Hardwick and Lauren London. That group, that's a good commercial. And then the Country Roads, All the American Dream by Rocket.com. I thought that was a good one. What I do love about this is it has all of these the things that I like the best are showing the diversity. And the other one by the hegetsus.com, when it said Jesus told us what greatness is, and it showed them feeding people, they showed them helping people and doing all these things. That another one, I'd say Chef's Kiss. So those are some of my favorite commercials.
Okay. Very good. You have paid a lot more attention to them than I have.
Well, I told you I was writing notes. Sister.
I know you were writing notes. I'm not writing notes. I'm not writing notes because I barely need to be watching this game now. But
that's all we came for. I came to see K-Dot, and K-Dot didn't
listen, I do want, I'm just going to put it out there. I do want Jalen Hurts to win a Super Bowl.
We want Jalen Hurts to win the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce in his 1970s leisure suit arrival to the game was also Chef's Kiss for me because he definitely channeled his inner John Travolta staying alive and Saturday Night Fever look.
Well, there's a whole nother range of folks who like, see, his real truth is coming out. So
no, I'm really watching it. Well, but see, here's the thing. What we were commenting on. Because again, we like this is good and they winning and all, but we can't because you never can count out Patrick Mahomes and then Tom Brady with the shade. Like, well, I was down 28-3 and came back. It's like, Tom, we know we watched it.
And for everybody who's a Saints fan, we all were happy because it just left it again, kept Atlanta doing what they've been doing.
Atlanta. So, right. But with that being said, we are gonna clock off for the night.
Wait. We finished already, sister.
No, this is it. Because listen, if we talk about all the stuff that done went on this week and the foolery.
Well, I don't want to talk about all the stuff that went on this week. I don't want to talk about all the foolery. But what I will say is this before we leave. I love, like you said, the display of diversity. Like I mentioned, Ed Buckles and Essence have a new documentary out, Dear New Orleans. And Ed Buckles, if you don't know him, he did Katrina Babies. And he noted on his Instagram that everything we love about New Orleans is because of Black people. And we saw that on full display today, right? Pre-game. And even, even with John Baptiste, let's say, I would say channeling his inner Marvin Gaye, like doing it just a tad bit different.
Girl, if you read the comments like, oh, it's the why he singing like that? It's the worst. And I'm like, you know what I'm gonna tell y'all? Because see, they didn't have Beverly Stafford. Because really, if you want to talk about tradition, you're not supposed to even applaud at the national anthem. Right. Actually, the national not until this is a more recent phenomenon with the national anthem even being played at all these sporting damn events. It's not even supposed to be that. So let's just go with that first. So miss me with tradition until your ass learns some history. Okay.
Well, again, you go back to that history piece, but I just want to say that again, everything we love about New Orleans, it is largely because of the influence of Africans or people of African lineage and descent. And so when we see the Terrence Blanchard and we see the Trombone Shorty and we see, I think it was Rebirth as well.
They had the Soul Rebels.
Soul Rebels, yes. When you see the Southern University Human Jukebox, when you see Lettucey, and when you see a choir full of children, because this is what the New Orleans public school system, public schools look like. They are segregated. It's not a whole bunch of non-Black kids in the New Orleans public schools. So when you see all these things, it should remind you why diversity is important. It should remind you why it's needed. And I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with being in spaces and smiling in faces of people that I know are not only not supportive of diversity, equity, and inclusion, but also who
actively oppose
the growth, the upward mobility, the tangible uplift of people who don't look like them or who are not in their tax bracket. So I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of shook seeing, and I know it's not like I'm surprised about Gail Benson, but I just seeing her next to who she was next to, it bothers me. It bothers me because if it were not for the contributions of Black people, Gail Benson and Tom Benson would never have achieved what they've been able to achieve financially.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I just had to say that because I know around this time of year, it's Mardi Gras. We get real festive. It's Super Bowl. Everybody, like they say, everybody in the United States is in New Orleans except for us, clearly. And it feels good, right? It feels good. But we can't laugh, clap, cheer, love on each other in a Superdome. And then when it's time for you to vote for my best interest, you forget all of that. When it's time
that Snoop commercial, that Snoop and Tom Brady commercial is a prime example of that. And I appreciate the message in the commercial, but I don't appreciate necessarily the messenger or the messengers with the plural, because you have stated where your political leanings lie. And so no, I can't even appreciate these messages. You trying to tell me something about hate when the people who you support actively hate, and not just actively hate, but actively pass legislation to make hate legal.
Right. Well, and I also can't align to it because while I do believe that hate, we need to stand against hate for all people, because again, what injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I know we need to stand up when it comes to anti-Semitism. We need to stand up to those who hate our Jewish brothers and sisters. But I'm just still baffled at Robert Kraft going as far as he has gone in terms of fighting anti-Semitism, but it's like, but what about anti-Black hate? You literally own a football team that is comprised of mostly Black males, and I'm sure if you just did a quick survey of a few of them, you don't even have to do like the whole team, and you don't have to do all the teams that you ever had. If you ever did a quick survey, have any of them experience anti-Black racism or anti-Black sentiments or anti-Black hate? I'm pretty sure the answer would be yes. So that he has invested so much, and if you know, I have to look up the name of the. I forgot. I looked it up, but
it's the irony of it, because yes, you invested so much in that, and again, the people are actively legislating, and the people who support this person who you have supported are
right.
out there with they Ku Klux Klan rallies right here in this, you know, and not just the Ku Klux Klan rallies, but their Nazi rallies. And so, you
Right.
know, how
Right.
do you in your mind even make that? The cognitive dissonance is powerful.
Right, exactly. The Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism is the organization that he created, and he got all of this state-of-the-art research and things that was done in order to show that, oh wow, there's all this anti-Semitic sentiment in this country. We must do something about it. And I'm, to your point, I don't understand how you do that, but then also support people who have shown anti-Semitic tendencies, anti-Black tendencies,
LGBTQ,
LGBTQ plus.
anti-humanity
Right.
tendencies.
Right. When right now you have the person in the White House saying that they want to make Gaza a resort. So
Look, we can look at this comment. Didn't Drake and Serena have a beef? I thought they did. She just crip walked over his body. Nasty work to include her in the show.
they may have. I don't remember exactly. You know, Drake done had beef with so many people, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Did she date?
I thought they dated for a second too, but I wouldn't be surprised. He has a lot of beef with a lot of people who
you know,
who's
yeah.
engaged, or are they not racially ambiguous?
I got the SD.
But so yes, so that's the crazy work to me. Like, we smile in the faces of people who are anti-Semitic, but then have, you know, the foundation to counter anti-Semitism. Just today, I was just watching a video about a town, a predominantly Black town, and on the interstate, these neo-Nazis in Ohio.
Yes.
And people like, nah, we're not playing with y'all today. We're not playing with y'all. So, oh, they dated. He wrote a song. I'm not surprised that he always between him and Taylor Swift, baby. If they got a bad date, they write a song. If anything,
a whole song.
And maybe, but maybe that's the gift, and they got to use it.
Maybe so. Anyway, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Yeah, I just had to get that off my chest, because let me tell you something. I guess that's why I can't go into politics, because I don't know how to do that.
No. You know? Well, that was the thing. As Sam said, you don't know how to play the game.
I don't. That's
what Uncle Sam said. Do you know how to play the game?
And I don't, if playing the game means that I gotta be sitting up here smiling in faces. And
the revolution is about to be televised. You got the right time, but picked the wrong guy.
Well, again, K-Dot, I enjoyed the show overall. I just wish I would have heard a little bit more of the revolution as it was being televised.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, that's a whole thing with Gil Scott Heron talking about what that really means. But for me, when he says revolution will be televised, it will be live, it's not just in your mind, it's in real life. And I think what K-Dot did was a real life example. People are going to go back, they're going to look at it, they're going to dissect it. I encourage everybody to go listen to it so you can hear actually the song, where you can put the closed caption on, you can read the lyrics, and you can kind of pick out some of the messages and understand what was being said, because there is something that was being said. And
there's a lot that was being said, and
he told us to turn the TV off, so I can turn it off now because I ain't gotta watch nothing else.
Well, I don't know if old boy was still there or not, but like I said, I wanted him to feel it, know it, understand it, because again, we're not putting in racism in the end zones anymore, because we getting rid of DEI all over the place. But you got a league full of black men running up and down the field, and yet you are kowtowing to one individual. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Also, talking about commercials. What I didn't like is T-Mobile and Starlink. Nope. Not for under any circumstances. Verizon.
I don't even like the Fox commercials talking about Fox News for everybody. It
absolutely
ain't.
don't. Not lies. Yep. I didn't like that either. Well, you get a thumbs down. Both of those get thumbs down. T-Mobile, y'all could have saved that money because no.
Oh, all right, y'all. I think that's okay. Hashtag Kendrick Lamar. Hashtag squabble up. Hashtag not like us. That's all I can say. Peace.
All right. Love you, sister.